Hello YouTube, welcome to this next episode of the Ultimate Review Around the World with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And today in this episode we go take a look at the Norwegian airport of Banak, Lakselv Lufthavn in Norway. Let's just pick a parking ramp. These look very small. I think this is where the building is. Let's just pick one of these guys. I don't exactly know where the parking is, but let's pick one of these and let's go take a look at the default Lakselv Airport Banak in northern Norway. This airport is also called the North Cape Airport. It is located at 70 degrees north, so this is well above the Arctic Circle. It's used to be a military airport. It does have a 27, almost 2,800 meter long runway. Then once it was a military airport, then it became part of the Northern Defense, and now it's a commercial airport. It has a couple of flights, basically Norwegian air shuttle to Oslo and Widerøe to Tromsø. So with that, here we are at the default airport. Let's take a look and see what this looks like. Okay, let's jump outside, and so we are parked here. Auto-generated building. This is, I think, the main terminal. Then there is a smaller something here. There is supposedly a parking. Okay, so this is a fuel truck. There should have been an auto-generated building here, but there isn't one. There is one right here. And then there should be a GA parking or something around on this side. Very, very basic airport, but oh my god, the scenery is gorgeous. Such a beautiful scenery around here. This is such a lovely part of the world, particularly in summer. I'm sure in winter it has its own beauty, but in summer this looks really nice. A very basic GA apron here, nothing to write home about. Very, very basic, and therefore probably just a 1. Now, while we are here, let's have a look at what it looks like at night. And I am about to hazard a guess that this... oh well. Okay, we can't really look at it here, but let's just... this is the land of the midnight sun, but okay. We change the month and we look at it. Interesting, the street lights and all are nice, so it's not like you're in complete darkness. But once you land, you are going to have a hard time once you land. I think particularly in winter you will have a hard time when it is really dark. Once you land, you will not be able to figure out where to go that easily. There are definitely no lights. So yep, I am gonna stick with a 1.0. Even though the building areas and all are lit, those are mostly just street lamps. So you should be able to kinda sorta navigate, but it's still a 1.0 for the default. Now the good news is there is a freeware. It is available on flightsim.to. I'll put a link in the description, but let's go take a look at what the freeware version of Lakselv Airport in Norway looks like, and we will be right back. And we're back now with the freeware Echo November Alpha Banak Lakselv Airport in Norway. As you can see right off the bat, before we even get into the airport itself, on the selection screen you can see that it has been significantly improved. I noticed a new terminal. I noticed three nice parking areas, which is actually consistent with what I see on Navigraph in terms of the charts. And the parkings have been numbered, the taxiways and all. So this is right off the bat looking like a very, very nice freeware, which is tremendous. And once we jump out into the showcase mode, you can see they have a very nice apron, terminal lights. Oh, nice little waiting area, cafeteria kind of thing with chairs, tables, stacks of chairs. Into the main building. The main building doesn't really have much in terms of okay, so in terms of actual internals, the main building doesn't have much, but I never really care much for that, primarily because this is flight simulator. I like to simulate flights, not walk around terminal inside of terminal buildings. So to me, that just takes away from the performance. I like what they have done here. I like the building quite a lot. I like that they have put lights on the tarmac. I am more about accuracy, and they have got the parking spots done quite well. They have, let's see, what do they have? Okay, so they have runway guard lights, they have taxiway markings. That one's an taxiway alpha, and they have the correct, oh, they have distance markers. Nice, 1168 meters off to the right. This is taxiway Bravo, and they have 1662 meters off to the left from here. So very, very nicely done. They even have these markings. Okay, taxiway Bravo. They have markings up here. Taxiway signs up here. Very, very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. And let's see. Okay, so this end of the runway, this is all fine. Let's just go out to this end of the runway. This is runway 16, and interesting to note on this side is that under certain conditions you can get a lot of low level wind shear when you're coming in on this approach, which is, I believe, runway 16. So that would actually be nice to look at when we fly in here under adverse weather conditions, when it's windy and the wind is colliding off of these mountains on both sides. This might actually be a very interesting approach. Certainly large enough to accept an A320, and yep, so it looks nice. The runways look nice. I see that this side's PAPI has been fixed and put on the left side where it should belong. The other end should also be on the left, and the other apron there is a military apron. The one that we just saw is a civilian apron. That's where Widerøe and Norwegian Air Shuttle and all will fly into and operate out of. Let's see the other one, how that one is, if they have done anything there. Let's see. Basic runway looks good. I'm going to actually switch this into night mode and see what it looks like at night in the month of April. Okay, there's the runway. They have fixed the runway lights. It's not as bright as it was, which is actually consistent, but they have the side markers. That's nice. I can see the military apron coming up, and I can also see that they have taxiway side markers on the military apron as well. So looks like they have done a decent job of that. This is overall a very, very good Yeah, this is actually a very good effort for a freeware airport. There's a helipad, and they put lights and they put buildings. This is nice. I'm going to give these guys a 3.5. Yep, this is definitely worth a 3.5. Very useful. 24 hours a day. Um, Good solid effort. They have fixed the pappy. They've lit things up. They've put the lights. It's all very nicely done. And with that, I think we come to an end of this episode. This was Echo November November Alpha IATA code Lima Kilo Lima. This is Banak Lakselv Airport in northern Norway at the Arctic Circle, 70 degrees north latitude. And this one is a solid 3.5. So with that, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe as usual, and join me on the next episode.